Yeah, it was had to find the EC, the old young trucker, coming to you pre-recorded but direct. And just getting my morning started. Just got a good workout in. And everything got screwed up when I tried to go get a shower, man. They talking about their shower system is broke down. Whatever, man. I ain't even tripping. I'm going home today anyway, but I'm out here in Mississippi off the 55. I think it's exit 183 or 185, one of them over here at this pilot. But it is what it is, man. So one thing I wanted to touch on in this video, to new drivers, anybody thinking about coming into the trucking industry, and if I was to give anybody any type of pertinent advice, is to have a plan when you come into this industry. That's just my personal suggestion. Have a plan when you come into this industry, man, because you come into this game, you come into trucking, you got to give up a lot of time. If you got a family, you got kids, whatever you got going on at home, man, you're going to have to give a lot of that time up at home to give it up on the road. Trucking ain't for everybody. Everybody can't handle this lifestyle. Trucking is not a job. It's a lifestyle, especially if you drive in OTR. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, even local, man. My experience with driving local, man, it was hard work. You getting home every night or most of the time, but it just seemed like all you ever really did was, when you came home, you had to go to sleep so you can get right back up the next day and do the same thing all over again. So it's good to have a plan when you come into this trucking, man, because I can tell you this, man, you don't want to get into this industry, man, to be giving up all your time away for nothing. Now, if this is something that you love to do, if you love driving, you know what I mean? If you really love this industry, then that's cool. A lot of people make the best of it out here, man. A lot of people love this, and some people just do it for the money. I mean, we all trying to get paid, but I would suggest having a plan, man. You have to have a vision for why you getting into this industry, man, because you can find yourself wasting a lot of time. Wasting a lot of time and looking over the time that you spent in this industry and look up and you ain't got nothing to show for it. You know what I'm saying? To me, this ain't the industry for that. My personal opinion, my personal perspective. When I came in the trucking, I had a plan. I knew exactly what I wanted to do and how I was gonna do it. And so far, so good, you know what I'm saying? Besides the bumps in the roads, the up and downs, and the obstacles that I've had thus far, up until this point, I've been executing my plans, little by little. And for me, it feel worth it. At this point in time in my journey in trucking, it feels worth it. Man, because this ain't the industry, or from my personal perspective, I would not want to have to be forced to drive. You get what I'm saying? I think a person could put themselves in a position where they can walk on water in this industry. That's the good thing about this industry. That's the one thing that led me to get into trucking, man, because this is an industry to where a non-skilled laborer or a convict, you know what I'm saying, or anybody who ain't have shit, you can really get in this industry, man, and make something of yourself. That's the beauty about this. You know what I'm saying? You can really establish your independence through this field. But on the flip side, man, this is a horrible field to be in, to still be a slave in it. Now, you know, ain't nothing wrong with being a company driver. Ain't nothing wrong with no route nobody takes. You know, you got your company drivers, you got lease operators, you got owner operators, you got fleet owners, you got people who got the authority and things of that nature, man. It all depends on which way you can go, you know what I mean? But you can be a company driver. I mean, hey, if you love what you're doing, and you feel like the money that you're making is sufficient, cool. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't want to be an owner operator. Everybody don't want them responsibilities. You know, it's variables to everything. So, but to me, it's good to have a general plan when you get up in this thing, man, so you won't feel like you're doing this for nothing. Because at some points in time, man, you be up in this game long enough, it'll have you thinking, like, why did I even get into this? You know what I'm saying? What am I doing? You know, where did I go wrong at in life? Sometimes trucking will have you feeling like that. But the thing, like with me personally, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've had those thoughts. I've definitely had those thoughts and those feelings. But the thing that keep me going is my plan and my vision. You know what I'm saying? And executing things along the way. You know, knocking out debt, cleaning up my financial situation. You know, one of two of the first things I said that I was going to do once I got into this industry and got my money up, it was going to either be getting into real estate or getting a truck. That was the first two initial things that I said I was going to get into. I ended up jumping into the real estate first. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm in the process of getting ready to, you know, purchase a truck. You know, I'm just looking, doing my research, doing my due diligence, trying to figure out which route I want to take. But to me, from where I started at in this industry to now, it's worth it. It's well worth it. Do I love trucking? I enjoy it. For the most part, I enjoy it. It's for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm an introvert already. So it works for me. You know, I don't mind being alone. You know, I don't never feel lonely, but I don't mind being alone. You know, you get your thoughts. You get to plot and strategize, man, especially being out here on this open road. You ain't got nobody looking over your shoulders. You know, so I enjoy it, man. I don't mind driving. You know, I don't mind it at all. I'm a road warrior. A lot of stuff that people complain about, I really don't even really have no complaints about. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you know, sometimes this industry can get to you. Sometimes it can get frustrating. It really can. But one thing that I've learned over time, you know, I've just continued to grow and continue to learn how to adapt to this field that I'm in. Because one thing about trucking, man, there's nothing that's consistent. You know, things change all the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of your expectations will show you letdowns. This trucking, man, you gotta have a heart for this, man. You gotta have a mind for this. And the longer you stay in it, man, the longer you'll grow to adapt. So I only been 4 years in the game, man. Me personally, I still consider myself a rookie. You know, I'm gonna always consider myself a rookie because it's much to learn out here. You know, you don't ever want to get to that point to where you think you know everything, because there's a lot to be learned. And once you get to that, like I always hear the old timers or veterans or people that came before me in this industry, like I always hear them say, man, once you get to that point to where you think you know everything, is over with for you. And they all right. They all right. Because once you get to that point to where you think you know everything and you get comfortable, that's when bad things happen. Real talk. So, man, it's just good to have a plan, man. You know, you should know what you want to do once you come into this industry, man. Especially if you got a family, you know, you got kids, man. You don't want to be out here on this road for nothing, fam. You know, I can only assume, you know, people getting into trucking, man. People that got families at home, man. Things get shook up with their family life and all that type of thing, man. You don't want to be out here for nothing, fam. You know, so if you get in this industry, man, make it count. Make it count. Handle your business. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who first get into trucking, when they first start seeing decent money, man, that's some of the best money they ever seen in their life. So you got to make sure you do something with it, man. You want to be, if you're going to be driving and giving your life up to the road, man, you want to put yourself in a position where you feel like you're walking on water in this game, man. You don't want to be a slave in this, man, because this don't feel good. It don't feel good being a slave. You know what I'm saying? It don't feel good being forced to do things you don't want to do because you're afraid to lose your job, because your financial situation is messed up, or because you out here living check to check. You know what I'm saying? You afraid to tell a dispatcher no. You know what I'm saying? You afraid to tell somebody no to something that's going to be, no to something that they trying to get you to do that's going to be a detriment to your license. You know what I'm saying? A detriment to your career in this industry. You don't want to be in that position. That ain't a good position to be in. So, have a plan, man. Always, just know what you're getting into this for, man. Do your research, you know. If you watching this video, then apparently, you know, you're probably doing your research, man. You should look at many other channels, man. There's so much information out here on trucking. You know, how could you go wrong? You know, you just got to look and pick out what applies to you. So, have a plan, fam. Have a plan. Come in the game knowing what you want to do. Bonnie EC. Gone.